So in the yesterday session, we have just focused on the introduction to ERP. And then we have focused on what is SAP, right? What is its R1, R2, R3 structure, right? The difference between HANA and ECC versions, introduction of SAP we have seen, some merits, demerits of SAP we have seen, some standard business processes also we have seen like P2P, O2C cycles. Then we have focused on the client roles also, that is development, customizing, or we can say quality and the production like that. Okay, and then after that we have seen the roles in SAP, right? The job profiles on SAP. Basically, you can work on the consultant side or you can work on the end user side. Who is there? I think my voice is actually clear, right? Arjun, you just check that from your
Yes,
side, your mic or the volumes is high, or just check for network also, right? But I'm sure that my voice and the screen is visible for all. Voice is audible and screen is visible for all, right?
yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Arjun, sorry, but check from your side. Okay. We have discussed on the different roles in SAP, right? That is consultant and end user. On consultant side, you can work on the different projects like support, rollout, upgradation, and implementation, right? So that is what also we have discussed in the last session. On end user side, you can work on the postings of the end user sites, whatever the document posting and the business, we can say, or as per the business requirements, or you can work on the SAP coordinator also, right? To coordinate the SAP activities in the business side. So these are different roles and projects on the SAP. Just now, I think Chittaranjan Das, is it right? If I am
Yes, sir.
correct. Yeah, Chittaranjan Das has asked the very good question. That means I have a client, they have a manufacturing business, right? And they are just want to start with an SAP. They want to implement SAP in their business. So actually, how I can start, or from where actually I can start, or what is the methodology to start it, right? So that is actually a SAP standard methodologies are given here. So SAP implementation methodologies, right? So there are two methodologies. One is ASAP methodology. Second one is SAP Activate methodology, right? So let us see the first methodology, right? Similar to that only, the second one is there, Activate methodology. But let us we'll clear out the first one, all right? And this methodology is nothing but what? A roadmap for SAP implementation. These are what actually your roadmaps for SAP implementation. Okay, these all methodologies. That means they will guide you actually how to do the SAP implementation in the we can say client side. All right. Okay, you can you go with an ASAP or you can go with an Activate. Activate is the latest one methodology that SAP has started. All right. So we'll discuss after the ASAP methodology. ASAP means accelerated SAP methodology. Accelerated. A stands for accelerated SAP methodology. We call it as an ASAP methodology, right? Okay. Now in
Okay,
this
okay.
ASAP methodology, you can just see here, there are 5 steps are there, right? One is project preparation, second one is BBP, then realization, final preparation, and go live, or we call it as a support project. Or we can, after that go live, there will be a support actually, right? So just take overview on these 5 steps and just try to understand what you're getting. If anyone getting the answer, or if just understanding, that means you are able to understand these terms, let me know, or you can share your views about these 5 points, or what are actually what are the steps you got or you understand from these notes. I will discuss you right in detail each and every step, but let me know what is your understanding about these 5 points. Yes, anyone?
Uh,
Yeah, the project preparation in the sense we'll get the requirements from the client, how exactly they want, what are the requirements before implementing SAP. And gap analysis is identifying gaps. Uh, Identifying gaps. In this, I don't understand what it is. Identifying gaps. Presenting and reconfirmation. Gap analysis, it would be what is our understanding and what we are implementing. And whatever will be the gap, then we will fill up that gap. And then we will present and reconfirm again with the client whether they are okay with the whatever presentation we are doing, whatever SAP implementation we are doing in system. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, near about. The next. Then what is in by BPP or realization, final preparation? Anyone knows about the BBP? What is in the BBP?
The flowchart.
Okay.
I think blueprint is the actual whatever will be implementing in the what are the steps we have to take for the implementation. I would be actual blueprint means.
Okay. Actual
So that will be
setup or conference.
Final.
Final. Correct. Okay. Actual configuration, what we are doing in the system.
Right.
That is BBP. Okay. So anyway, so nice. That means I think Kanchan and who has another one? Chittaranjan. Both have given the very interactive, or we can say the nice thoughts on these points. So basically, ASAP methodology is the one of the implementation methodology that will give us a roadmap for SAP implementation. Right. So just sent Chittaranjan Das some minutes before he has asked the question that actually I have a client, they have a manufacturing unit, and just I want to implement the SAP in their business. But now how I can start, or from where I can start, or what the steps I have to follow. So only you have to follow the ASAP methodology. Nothing special in that, or nothing other than this. You can use ASAP or you can use Activate, right? But you have to follow these methodologies only. So what these methodologies give? These methodologies gives you a roadmap for SAP implementation. That means you have to follow these steps only from this methodology. So in ASAP methodology, that is in accelerated SAP methodology, first step is project preparation. That means what happened? The Chittaranjan Das, he's let's say he's from the TCS or let's say Deloitte, right? From the project implementation team, and he's a we can say team leader, right? And along with his having a team members like SAP consultant, SAP SD consultant, then SAP CO consultant, SAP HR consultant. He is having a team of 5 to 6 members from the other modules also, right? So Chittaranjan Das is leading the team from the Deloitte side. So the manufacturing unit, let's say XYZ manufacturing business, wants to implement the SAP in their business, right? So they will contact to the SAP and they will see that they will say that we have a manufacturing business in Delhi and we are interested to implement the SAP in our business for the some few modules or for some departments. So please guide us or please help us or let us know the contacts or who is the implementation partner for SAP in our region, so that we can contact them and we can go for further discussions and all that things. So SAP will guide them that we have Deloitte or we have TCS, we have the other like EY or the implementation partners are there, right? Or we can say gold partners, or they have different categories, premium, gold, or other that also. So we are the gold partners for SAP implementation is an Deloitte. So we will give you your number or your contact details to the Deloitte, and the so we can say Deloitte team will contact you for further SAP implementations and more details about the SAP. So SAP from the German, they will share the business to the Deloitte from the Delhi. They will give the details about the XYZ manufacturing unit, and they will say that Deloitte to just contact to this business, and basically they are interested for SAP implementation. So you just guide them, and if possible, you can go further for implementation, right? Let's see. Let's check that. So from the Deloitte side, now the Deloitte sales team will interact with the XYZ manufacturing unit, and they will say that, yeah, we are the leading SAP implementations, or we are the premium partners of SAP for the implementation and supports in the SAP projects. We have implemented this manufacturing SAP in this manufacturing businesses, right? And we can provide you the supports, and we can implement the SAP in your business with hassle-free, and we can say in a fast, whatever your requirements, we can fulfill them. So like this way, initial discussions will be there. So that is actually the project preparation steps will start. That means from that point we can say. So after that, the first initial meetings between the Deloitte sales team and the XYZ manufacturing business. If the business wants to implement really, they will go further ahead, and they will say that Deloitte, yeah, we are interested, and you can just start with an project part preparation. You can make a meeting with your client, consultants, so that we can get a more detail about the ideas about different modules and how we can go further like that. So basically, from the daylight now, let us say Chittaranjan Das and his team is leading, right? So they will take a meet with the client side, right? That is the business side. Okay, and they have an initial meetings like in that basically the team from the Deloitte, right? That is Chittaranjan. Sorry, Chittaranjana. I'm just taking your name, but if you you are not in, if you
No,
have
no,
any doubt, if you have a problem, I will take another name, right? No issue. So the team from the Deloitte and the business side teams, they will take a first meetings, right? And they will the team from the Deloitte will start the interact with the business side, right? That is manufacturing business. They will try to understand their business processes, right? Actually, what is actually their business, from which regions they are doing the business, and where actually there is a
no.
market. They have covering the market of Asia, or they are covering the market of whole globals, or all that, right? They will try to understand the things for the manufacturing business sides, right? So that is in the project preparation phase. The initial 2 3 meetings will take place, and they will the Deloitte team will try to understand each and every business process of the manufacturing unit or the client side, right? Client is nothing but your manufacturing business, that to which who that means actually to which the SAP has to be implemented, right? So this initial meetings, all the business processes of the clients are understand from the implementation side team, that is Deloitte team. So that's why in that team actually there is a team consists of an SAP FI consultant, SD, and other consultants, so that they can try to understand the business as far as their we can say point of view and specializations like logistic point, sales point, finance point, and all that. And then the client is also interested, that means they will say also like that we have different departments or the units in our business, like finance, logistics, sales, and all HR. Initially we are just going with these four implementation only for finance, logistics, sales, and HR modules. Then after that we will see for the uh, plant maintenance, quality management, and other modules also. But initially at this stage we are just going for these four modules. So you just guide us like that. The discussions will be there. So from the Deloitte side, the teams will try to understand the business process, and during that they will try to note down that business. They will try to make the notes or PPTs of what is the actual business, the manufacturing business, or the process they are following in their business. So that is what we call it as an as-is document, as it is as per the client business. The first document in project preparation, it is started as is. As is document means currently how the business is running, what are the business processes they are following. According to that, one document is prepared as is document. Are you getting what is meant by as is document? So
Yes,
how
yes.
what is the client is saying? Only that is just noted on a business side. That is on the we can say Deloitte team will just note down that what they are following, what these methodologies they are using, what are the business processes are they, right? How they are running the business and all that. And according to that, they will just prepare one document. It is called as an as is document. Now Deloitte team have an standard SAP business processes are there. They are we can say known with the standard SAP business processes. So they will just compare this as is document with standard processes, standard business processes, and they will try to find out the gap from the business side, right? That is from the client side, right? So what actually the clients are not following standard processes, which processes are they are missing, what is actually they have not following the standard things and all that. So that is what we call it as a gap analysis or identifying the gaps in the business in the client businesses, right? So that is the second document is prepared. And now after the first 3-4 meetings, right, in the project preparations, the Deloitte team, right, that is the consultant team will give one presentation and a reconfirmation about the presenting the gap points and as is document to the client. So they will give at the end, they will give one presentation to the client that means we have just discussed in 3 meetings in the initials, and we have understand that this is your as is process. That means as currently you are running the business like this way. These are the some gaps in your business. The standard SAP is saying that you have to follow these business like processes like this. These are the steps and these are the methodologies, but you are not following. So that's why some there are gaps are there in the business. So these are the gaps. So are you agree with this? What we are presenting to you? That means your as is and gap. So client side, right? That is manufacturing business side. Whoever the authorities are there, that means CFO or CEO, whatever it may be, MDs and all that. They will say, yeah, yes, we are. This is you are correct. That means what are you are presenting our as is process and gap. Yeah, we are agree with that. Like that, the first project preparation steps will be completed. So is it clear for all up to this presentation reconfirmation? That is the first step project preparation.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now what happened? The business side, that is client side, will say that yes. So we are agree, and now you can. We are interested, or we are confirmed that we have to implement the SAP, and we can go further. So that how let's see that how we can implement the SAP. So second step will start. That is business blueprinting, right? So now this is a total work of the consultant side, that is Deloitte team. They will work on this business blueprinting. They will try to prepare one document such that it is just like an we can say process flow for SAP implementation business blueprinting. In that total the how the actual configurations will take place, what are the codings, what are the names are given to that, each and every units are given in the business blueprinting, and accordingly that the configurations will take place in SAP. So that is what we call as a business blueprinting, right? So it's an one kind of an document, right? So whatever the in first meeting, that is in project preparation, whatever the discussions has been happened, right? And what are the gaps are there, these are actually try to that means these gaps are basically try to the consultant team is trying to overcome that gaps and just removing that gaps by following the standard SAP processes, right? Okay. So in business blueprinting, all the gaps are covered, right? And as this process is also mapped with SAP standard process, and accordingly that the one documentation is prepared. That is nothing but a process flow for SAP implementation in business blueprint, right? So again, after preparation of this document, that is again shown to the manufacturing or client side, who is the responsible authorities like CFO, CEO, or whatever MD to them. They will also check that yeah, this is the correct that means we are agree with this, and these are the our actual that means business process, and accordingly you are mapping with SAP. So yes, we have to implement like this way. So if both, that means consultant and the client both are agree with this, right? So the some authorities from the consultant team also, that is team leaders and his teammates, along with the we can say client side CFO, CEOs or responsible authorities will make the sign on this BBP, that is business blueprinting. Once the BBP is signed, the consultant team is liable to do these all configurations in SAP. What I am saying, once the BBP is finalized, business blueprinting is finalized, right? The consultant team, that is Deloitte team, is liable to do these configurations in SAP, right, for the client. Okay, and according to BBP, actually the project costings will be decided. According to BBP, the Deloitte will decide the cost of the project and the time duration for the project, right? It's depend upon the BBP only. How much long will be there, time duration for implementation of SAP and all that supports and all this, and also the how much will be the cost involved for this project also. The manpower and cost, all that will be identified according to BBP, right? And also the client is responsible to pay all these things according to the BBP, right? If they are agree with the BBP and the next project implementation. Now, if after finalizing the BBP, what I'm saying, after finalizing the BBP, after 1 or 2 months, if the client needs some modifications in the BBP, in the business process, or they want to some add the things, right? Then the consultant side, that is we can say Deloitte, may charge the extra amount on whatever the additional configurations are there. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there is any additional reports, enhancement will be required to the client side, Deloitte, or we can say the consultant team may charge the extra amount on that, what are the additional things are required, right? So that's why the BBP freezing is very important. You have to freeze the BBP in limited time, and according to that you have to find out the cost, and you have to that means done with that the BBP preparations or BBP finalizing and the cost. Okay. If on the vice versa side also, right? If you have finalized the BBP, that is consultant has finalized the BBP, BBP is freeze, right? And after 2-3 months, the consultant are saying that this process we are not able to do the in the SAP, we are not able to map this in SAP. Then on that scenario also, the client may rebate to the consultant also, to the Deloitte. They may charge and reverse money, or we can say the rebate to the Deloitte also, alright? So on the both the sides, BBB is a, we can say, legal document through which actually your project will run, or through which actually the project will follow. Okay. So this is a BBP. So all are you clear with the that means all are clear with this BBP? What is in business blueprinting and what's the important of it actually? Why it is important?
Yes,
सर
sir.
मेरा एक डाउट है
Yeah.
सर सर आपने जो बोला गैप जो आता है ना गैप
हाँ.
एक बार एग्जांपल देके समझेंगे कैसे गैप आता है वो बेटर होगा हाँ हमारे लिए मेरे लिए बोल रहा हूँ
Gap. Okay.
क्या गैप आता है जनरली ये गैप आता है इसको जैसे रिजल्व किया जाता है उसके बाद बीबीबी आता है बीबीबी में कोई अगर क्लाइंट और कुछ ऐड करना चाहता है सपोज मान लीजिए और कुछ ऐड हुआ तो उसके लिए आप भी चार्ज करोगे और जो चार्ज क्रिएट होता है जो कोड की हिसाब से जितना हम कोड क्रिएट करेंगे उसकी बेस पे चार्ज होगा कि कैसे
Yeah.
चार्ज
It's basically in ITs, right? Or in this
ओके
SAP, any IT projects, right? The charge is based on the hourly basis,
ओके
on the hours, how much the consultants are working on that projects, and the how much for how much hours. So accordingly, that the actually the costing for the projects has been calculated like that. And about the gap, right? Okay, about the gap means what? Let us say simple P2P cycle, right? You are aware about this P2P cycle.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yesterday we have seen, right? Just wait a minute.
Procure to pay cycle.
Procure to pay cycle, right? I will open here also. So here the second one cycle, right? That is a purchase cycle, procure to pay.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
not the first one. First one is O2C cycle. Just focus on the second one, that is purchase cycle. It starts from purchase requisition, right? The vendor
Yes.
selection, purchase order, right? Okay, good receipt, invoice verification, and vendor payment. But in the yesterday's diagram, we have seen that there is a vendor selection, right? For vendor selection, there should be an, we can say follow the 2-3 criteria like the quotation amount and the deadlines, right? And
Yes, sir.
the
Yes, sir.
what are the past histories of the vendors also, right? So, and
Okay.
according to that, the scheduling agreement will be takes place, right? So some
Hmm.
cases, the businesses are not doing the scheduling agreements about the material, right? That means the scheduling agreements, right, or outline agreements will gives us the actually, that means vendor is actually liable to send the material, right? If you are not doing the scheduling agreement, it will be
Then.
just, we can say not an legal kind of an, the we can say binding between the vendors and the company side, right? So scheduling agreement is very important. So we should do the scheduling agreement, right? If now say that that manufacturing business has not following the scheduling agreement and all that between the vendor and company, right? So that is what actually the gap. Actually, SAP is saying you should follow the process like start with demand, purchase requisition, vendor selection, do the scheduling agreement and outline agreement, and then go for purchase order, right? But the business is
Okay.
just that business is just running like this. He is generating the purchase requisition. He's just doing the vendor selection. They are not doing the scheduling agreements and all that things, right? They are just placing the
Hmm.
purchase order. So that is what the gap in this process, right? Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
we are just presenting that gap to the
Hmm. अब सर क्लियर हो गया.
client. This is it clear
Yes, sir.
about the gap, right?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
about the business blueprinting, is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Yeah, okay. So up till now, this one, all are clear?
Yes, sir. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next, now let us, I will show you one business blueprint also, right? For you, that is, that means you will get that, what is actually the business blueprint. So just, yeah. So this is what the business blueprint, right? That is for Sri Group, created by myself on this date, right? So this is the Sri Groups is an company, right? And it has a subsidiaries like Sri Ansh Private Limited and Radisson Trading Company. This is to be document. To be means as it's document. To be means as is. Yeah.
Okay.
So the file name is this one. This is what the first version. Then if it is revised, we call it as a second version, and author will be the name of that who has revised, and second draft like that. Review by someone. If this is let's say I have prepared, so there should be another person, he can review that document, right? So that he can just find out the gaps or the just try to confirm the document is it clear or not, like that, and approve well also. So sign on date, signature of the customer also, that is your manufacturing unit, whatever the CFO CEO is there, and consultant, or we can say Deloitte team members, a team leader, like that. Okay. So this is what the first page should be like this. It will be vary according to the business, the consultant teams, they may change, right? Each and every company has a different format for these pages. Now next is as is process and to be process, right? Right. Sorry. As is and to be process. To be means how actually will be there in SAP, right? As is means actually how the as is currently the business is there for the client side. So that is as is process. So organization structure as is, that is a group of companies, two groups of companies are there, right? That is Sriyansh and Redis and Redding. Two subsidiaries are there. In SAP, that is to be. That means after implementation SAP, how the business will be. That means organization structure will be there. So in company, in SAP, company can be created with 6-character code, right? OX15 is a T code for that. In SAP, there are transaction codes are there for each and every postings. So basically here the T code is there. Now for company, there are two subsidiaries. So we can create two company codes in SAP like Sriyansh Private Limited and Radisson Trading Company. So these are actually the codings we are using for each and every in SAP like this. That means for first company, code will be SM11. For second, it will be RD11. It can be created in OX02. Same manufacturing units, accounting process, right? Books accounts, then the currencies, as is process and here to be process. General ledger accounting, account groups, right? Then the assets in SAP, how actually the asset accounting will be there, right? So all this it is map here, as is process and to be process like that. To be means how the process will be there in business after implementing the SAP. Okay, so all these on, it is just like an difference reports and all that things are given here, right? For cost accounting also, as is and to be process. The information system, the reports, different kind of reports, right? As is process, they are taking the cash flow statements, right? Then the fund flow statements in SAP,
Balance
we
sheet,
can
right?
take the cash flow statement, right? And that means with the help of these T codes, dunning notices are there in as is process, reminder notice to the customer for overdue items, right? A reminder notice to vendors for settlement of advances also, right? So that is dunning notices are there. Okay. So this is what as is and to be mapping. Then how actually the configurations will be there. It will be a step by step here. It is given. Introduction, right? The information about the first company, that is Sriyansh Private Limited. Second company, Radisson Trading Company. Objectives, why basically we are going for the SAP Finance module implementation, right? This is a BBP in
Sir,
point of view
sir,
only finance. For every modules, you have
sir, मेरा
to
question है.
create a different BBPs. Yeah. Yes.
सर सर एक कल आपने बोला था एक टीआर था ट्रांसफर रिक्वेस्ट एक टी कोड दोनों में फर्क क्या है
ट्रांसपोर्ट रिक्वेस्ट तो
आप-
जब हम राइट
कल
that means
हाँ
see that transport request is nothing but what, when we are doing the configurations, you are configuring something new in SAP. So when you save that, it should be saved under some transport request. Why? Because we are just moving that transport request from one role to another role, like development to quality, quality to production. So that
Okay.
whatever the configurations we have done in the first role, it should get reflected to another one also. Same like in third one also, right? So that is what
Okay.
the transport request. Are you clear with this transport
Yes.
request?
Yes.
Now,
Ye-
transaction code is nothing but what it is called as a T code in SAP. It is just used for opening the certain windows or certain, we can say, scenarios for the SAP. That means certain scenarios like GL posting, right? Let's say you have to
Okay.
post on the some GLs, general entries, right? So for that, basically you have to open some windows. Now you have to go to some windows and you have to do the posting. So that is what we call as a transaction code. Now let us say if you have to create a one vendor in SAP, right? So you have to go to the business partner in S4HANA, and then only you can create a vendor. So how to go with that? What is the actually transaction through which actually we can create a vendor? So that code we are calling as a transaction code.
The transaction code is different to company.
No. Transaction code are standard in SAP.
Okay.
Yes, Nagesh, do you have any queries?
Sir, actually, I have two doubts. Actually, one thing is on the you told about the two company codes which has been created in the BBP. So that the code is called as vendor code. The similar code is as vendor code, sir. That one is for both She and as well as Radisson. You told na, in the
Ah,
table which you showed us. That
these
is
are
called as
company codes.
similar as vendor code, sir. That one
No.
company code,
These are not
and that
vendor
is
code.
one.
These are
Second thing
company
is you
codes.
are showing on.
Yes, company code.
No, I'm telling about in the table which you
These
showed.
are
Table. Yeah. Okay. In a
this one.
about table while creating
Wait,
the codes,
wait.
not that in
To
a
be
table, sir.
to be as it is.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah, below. Yes, above, sir.
Yes.
And one more second dot I have say because he was telling about a transaction code. So will this transaction
Yes.
code, whatever, for example, here we mentioned as for a 1.1, T code is 0x15. So will this is a standard for
OX15.
all the transactions or particular?
No. This is only for creating a company in SAP. This transaction code will be there. OX15.
This
That means
company.
creating a company.
Okay.
OX15 is a
No,
T code. You
transaction.
can.
Okay. So
It
what
is.
all the
It is
okay.
OX15. Anywhere in India, Germany, UK, US, anywhere you can go in SAP, right? You can open the SAP anywhere, right?
Okay.
Any server you can open for creating a
Yeah.
company, right? The T code is OX15.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Got it.
Right.
This is fixed, sir.
It's not changing according to the company to company. This is standard codes are there.
Okay.
OX.
This
Codes,
standard
what
code.
we
Okay.
are
Got it.
creating a Z codes, the non-standard codes,
Sir.
they are created according to the requirement of business. Basically, that codes we are calling as an Z codes, which are basically starting from Z letter, right? Non-standard
Okay.
codes.
Okay, sir.
These are standard codes, right?
Okay.
So don't
Got it.
worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, same. Still anyone have any queries? So I hope that it is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you can see how actually the configurations will start. All right. So this is just an information about the two subsidiaries for the three tradings, their business and all that. All right. So basically, you can see here it is given that Sri Private Limited is contract manufacturing of electrical instruments product of for companies in Western nations. It becomes a strong outsourcing partner to companies who, apart from the cost advantage to low investment new technologies. Whereas Radisson Trading Company, it has founded in 1999, right? As a Radisson Trading Company to the import the trade industrial additives and automations related parts in Baramati, MIDC, like that. Okay, and then objectives of finance modules are given. Why basically the finance modules we are going for implement, and the business blueprint phase overview is given, and this is what the enterprise structure, right? We are discussing in the after completing this implementation methodology on the enterprise structure, right? So enterprise structure is just like an hierarchy in the SAP for FI part. So the topmost is client, then CO area, company code, plant is there. Then under that, we can say account payable, account receivable, right? Asset accounting, GL accounting modules will be there. Then you can see how actually one by one configuration has started. First, the company is created, the name S3 in OX15 transaction code. Then company codes are created, SM11 and RD11. That is Sriansh Private Limited and Radisson Trading Company by using T code as OX02. Then plants are created like SM11, RD11, SM11, right? In OX10, 18, and the assignments will be done for plant and the company code. Same, the business areas are defined, north, east, west, south, like that. Then financial accounting global settings have been done about the fiscal year and whatever the we can say. You can see for books of accounts are maintained by the company with financial year April to March. So fiscal year warrant is maintained for the financial year, and basically the name is given as code is given for fiscal year warrant is SG, and it is created in OB29 like that. So all these configurations have been done. Here also you can see the different documents types are given. General ledger accounting part is there. The grouping, account grouping and all that. Bank accounting, what are the banks are there? Basically the business is using. So that bank accounts are created in SAP with a bank key like this one. Account receivable is concerned, right? About that, the we can say grouping of the account receivable, that is we can say defense customer, domestic customer, foreign customer, one-time customer, like it's created. The number ranges are given to each and everyone. Same for the account payable, the grouping is done for domestic vendor, employees, one-time vendors, and statutory vendors like that. Okay, so the term of payments and all that interest settings have been discussed here. So this is how the BVP is there, and according to that, actually the configurations will be done in the SAP. Is it clear now for all?
Yes, sir. Got
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Still, if anyone, BBP means we are just following that path, right? That means that document for doing the configuration in SAP. Just clear about the SAP. Those who are new to the SAP, SAP is just doing the configuration of the business processes and doing the postings on the system only. We are not going to do a single line programming. That means we are not studying any kind of an programming in SAP. It's just the software related to the business process and doing the postings on that. What are the different processes are there? So according to that, we are going to do the postings. Yes, Ram Kumar.
What about
Yes, anyone have any doubt? I think Ram Kumar Pendella.
what about the taxation?
Yeah, taxation also we are going to configure in SAP. Basically, withholding tax and tax on sales purchase, we are going to configure.
Okay.
Sir,
Country-wise standard taxation rules are given, or tax procedures are given in SAP. So basically, we are going to see in detail about the tax on sales and purchase and all that things.
Okay.
Yeah.
so whatever we create during the implementation, like the bank account, company code, and business area. So all this is done by the support people in the the function consultant. Or
Yeah.
this
This is not by the support team. This is from the implementation. Just
implementation.
now,
Yes.
just before yesterday, we have discussed.
Right,
There are different projects, support project and implementation. So this
Okay.
is done by the implementation team, not support.
Okay.
Implementation team, and basically this is a finance activity, so it should be done by an FI person from the implementation team,
Okay.
right? So you have to refer the BVP, and according to that, you can do the configurations on a development server.
Okay. So support
On
will come
on
when the end user will be having the problem, right? After implementing.
yeah, that means after implementing, after overing the all these implementation to the production server, then only the support will start.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can use a support few support team members as a shadow resource, what we call in the IT for implementation these things, right?
Okay.
If
Okay.
the tasks are more right, so we can use that person as a shadow resource. But
Okay.
for a business blueprint, document preparations and all that, you should have an implementation team only, which is having an experience of more than 5, 6 years, 7 years,
Okay.
who had done the implementations previously. So they can only just go for BBB preparation, right?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are aware about the different business processes and all that things. So I think up to the second step, all are clear up to BBP.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next is a realization phase. Realization means what? Now, just a day before, I think yesterday only we have discussed, right? There are three kinds of roles in SAP client having three roles. That is, one is development, second is quality, and third one is production. Is it right?
Yes. Yes.
So in development, basically what we are doing, all the configurations we are doing, right, in development server. So according to BBP, in development server, we are doing the configurations, right? That means just now we have seen the BBP, so we are going to create the SM11, RD11 company codes. Then we are going to create the account receivable, account payable part in this development role or server. That is nothing but your realization phase. Actual realizations on SAP has been started. How actually the implementation will be there according to BBP. That means actual configurations will be started in this phase. That is on development role or development server. Now, after doing all the configurations here on the development according to BBP, right? So with the help of transport request, that means while doing the configurations, we will save that data. Then system will ask you a TR request, that is transportation request. You will generate one TR also, right? That is transport request. And then after us doing all these configurations, the TRs are moved to your quality server or quality role. Once we move the transport request in this quality, all the data under that transport request, whatever the configurations we have done, will get reflected in quality. That means in this role, we are not going to again further doing the configuration. We are just moving the TR from development to quality automatically. Under that TR, whatever the data will be there, it will be get reflected in quality. Are you getting what I'm saying?
So in quality, we will be doing the testing part, right?
Only testing part, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. Configurations will be done in development. That's why it is called as customizing server or sandbox server.
Okay.
Only configurations. That means creating a company, creating GL, creating vendor accounts, vendor grouping, or customer grouping, all that things, right? Number ranges and all that. All these configurations will be done in development according to the BBP. That's why it is called as the realization phase. After doing that, whatever the TRs are generated, that TR move in the quality role. That means under that TR, whatever the data will be there, it will get reflected here.
Okay.
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 Is it clear? Now, in this next step, that is in final preparation, what actually happen? So this is also called as quality test step, right? Where the consultant team and the end user, that is a consultant from the Deloitte side, they will check the business processes in quality. Simultaneously, the end user, that is from the manufacturing unit, those who want to implement the SAP, their end users also check each and every business process in quality.
Yes.
That means P2P process or O2C cycles or asset accounting and retirement of asset, purchase of asset, depreciation, all the things will be checked here in the quality. from the end user side also and from the consultant. That means from the both the sides. If both are ready, that means both are agree. Yes, all these processes are running well. All the postings are that means happening well. The reports are generating well. So both are agree. End user is also agree, and the consultant team is also agree. Then only we can move that TR from quality to production. That is actual posting side. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
In production, what happens? That is actual go live will start.
No, so if the hello, hello,
If my voice is audible, yes.
hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
hello. Sir.
Yeah. Yes.
That the consultant team is monitoring all the data will be sharing with them is the problem to the organization. So,
All the data.
though you are telling that all the consultant team is monitoring all our system, SAP system. No,
Yes.
that is the problem for the organization to they will be corrupted and all this. The data will be going to them. No, that's what happens.
Mhm.
I'm not getting your. That means what is the actual question? Consultant team
So telling the day to day our SAP system they are monitoring. No, the consultant team.
monitoring
Hmm.
No, monitoring.
means monitoring means in fourth step, or are you discussing about the go live or final preparation?
After final preparation, also they are monitoring only for the live afterwards. They will,
Yeah, that means after final preparation, they will move the data to the production. That is actual the end user server, right? That means the business side will do the real time postings on that server, right?
okay.
Okay. So that phase we are calling as an go live phase. Okay. So they will monitor for a few days, right? And if the system is running smoothly, right, then it will be we can say project will get wind up. That is implementation project will get wind up, and from next onward the support project will start. The next team will come there, right, and they will start the support from the remote location or
Okay.
on that project, right? So that is what the second team will be there for supporting this project.
Okay.
Is it clear? That means whatever your doubt is there.
I am asking about the privacy.
No, about the privacy of the business, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that means that BBP is already with the that means actually that BBP is prepared by the consultant team, na? So it will be with them only. That means they are actually legally they are not
Transfer.
yeah, that means they are not that means they should not expose that BBP to third person
Okay.
legally, right?
Okay. That is the doubt.
Yeah, but the for that BBP actually the Deloitte is an we can say
Okay.
authority responsible na for that. They have
Okay.
prepared BBP na, so they have that document, but they should not expose that with the other third person
Okay.
other than
Adding
Deloitte.
to, I think they might have NDS or non-disclosure agreement signed up with the.
Yeah, definitely.
So that will not allow them to share any details.
Yeah, definitely. But for their internal work, they can use that BBP.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why? That is what I'm saying. Now see that I'm just few minutes before I have told you that after go live, that implementation project will get wind up. That means implementation team will leave that project, and the next team will come. There is support team, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
they will start the support to that project. But now implementation team is different and support team is different.
Yeah, yeah.
How that support team will get the knowledge about what actually the previously configurations have done, or what is actually the coding, how they can refer, how they can understand. Because someone third person has done the configurations, third person has done the project, they have lived that project, they have lived that project, and now you are going to you're working on that project, you are going to give the support. So how you can provide this support, because you are not done that configuration. So what is actually, how you can proceed then? Have you got my question, all of
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So one more thing, if in the production, like after going go live, if they face any problem while doing the real-time transactions, so because the testing is not done properly before going to go live, so whether it will impact the I would say whether it will be impacted, like the business will be impacted because of that.
Means the quality testings have not done
Yeah,
properly.
right.
Yeah, definitely it will impact on the PRD, na.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why quality test should be done from the both the sides,
Okay.
and rigorous testings will be there. Rigorous, what we can say, rigorous testings will be there. Only that part of the business will be shifted to the production. If some business, that is account receivable, is not getting properly fetched reports and all that, we
Right.
can stop that part.
Okay.
Rigorous testings will be there from both the
Rigorous in the
sides.
sense you will be checking each and everything, right?
Yeah, in the quality test, that is final preparation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Is anyone have any doubt, no, other than this? Okay, so I have asked one question, right? No one has given the answer. My question is that the project has completed, the implementation team has left that project, and support team has taken the charge of the project for supporting that project. So now the third person has came on that project, and he is not involved in the implementation and other activities, like what are the previous steps or the methods have been phases have been done for that project. But now he has to provide and support. So how he can provide support?
Sir, he may be having a SOP for that thing which has been handed over to him for all the transactions. So using that he can support.
He is having what you are told?
SAP is a standard operating processor.
Okay.
He can refer BPP also, no?
Yeah, definitely. Right. So BBP is shared with them also, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
BBP business blueprint is shared with the support team also. That means they can refer that BBP also.
Master copy means master copy.
Yeah,
Hello.
Chitra. Yes,
BBB means master copy of the project.
correct. BBP is a master copy of the project, right? And it will be shared with the support team also, right? So they can refer that BBP also.
And quality control data also, testing also they can refer.
No, quality control data. Yeah, in quality server, whatever the test they have to perform, they can test. Support team also, right?
Yeah.
What happened now in support? That is what actually the my next point of discussion. Same question. That means you are asked earlier. That means actually I'm going on that point also. What happened in that support, right? When you are on a support project, basically you are working on two type of projects again in that. Either you are working on pure support or might be you will get and some advancement in existing systems. That means pure support means what? The business is running well. In certain scenarios at the month end activities, right? There is issue with posting periods, or there is issue with the document types and all that things, right? GL is not getting properly fetched and all that things. Some kind of an issues will get raised, and you have to just sort out that issues. We are calling it as a pure support. Second one is advancement in existing systems, right? What happened? The business is having the reports are there, but they want to some additional. They want some more reports in additional forms, right? By adding some fields and tables, right? So that is what we call as an some advancement they required in existing system. So that is called as an advancement project on that means in support phases. So you have to provide the some we can say functional specifications, right? In that scenarios. So basically when you work on support project, you will face some documents you require like a BRD, FS, TS, TR. So BRD is called as a business requirement document. It should be given by an end user. That means the end user should provide the business requirement document. Actually, what they require, they should provide during the advancement phase, right? And according to that BRD, the functional specification, that means SAP FI consultant should provide the functional specification. That means you have to identify for this requirement, you have to find out the table, from which table basically we can take the data, and from which table which fields we will take that. So that is called as an functional specifications. We have to provide these functional specifications to the technical consultant, right? And then technical consultant will start for preparing the technical specifications, right? Okay, that is writing the program and identifying the logic for that, all these things. And after that, basically the again, what are the configurations required for the advancement basically will be done in development server. All right, it will be done in development server again. Configurations, new configurations, programming, whatever will be required that, right? And again it is will get saved under transport request, and that transport requests are moved from development to quality. In quality against that is it will be checked, and from quality to production, whatever the new advancement has been done, it should be again moved from like this way only, development to quality and quality to production only.
Yes.
Is it clear about now this
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
the mouse. Voice.
okay? So now next is activate methodology, right? It will be same like ASAP methodology, a little bit some we can say the advancements are there in activate methodology. right? Basically, the phases are like that: discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. Same like this, but just some the advancement will be there. Some names are different, but the common process or steps methodology is same. But this activate methodology will be basically focusing on the SAP advanced modules. Might be you are aware about the SAP FSCM will be there. That is financial supply chain management. TRM is there, right? That is treasury risk management. Okay. Might be is anyone has listen about these new advanced modules? TRM, FSCM.
No, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, SAP has introduced lots of new modules in all the business units like finance, logistic. In logistic, the modules are like that: EWM, extended warehouse management. Initially, it is warehouse management. Now they are introduced as extended warehouse management. SAP TM is there, that is transportation management is there, right? As far as finance is concerned, it is TRM is there, that is treasury risk management is there. Then FSCM is there, financial supply chain management is there, right? And other modules are also SAP has introduced. So SAP is saying that you just try to identify the scope for these advanced modules in a business side, right? So that is what basically the first step is, that discover phase. So what are the during the first project preparation steps are there? In that, just try to discover the different, we can say, how these new advanced, we can say, the modules will be implemented, or the business can use that. So that is what discovering phase. The next is preparing the project preparation. That is your preparation of the project. Same like this document preparations. Okay. The next is third one is explore. So basically, explore means what? The SAP is saying that you just explore these modules, that is treasury risk management, extended warehouse management, or success factors to the business side. Try to understand the key points in that the new modules. Let's say a business can use that modules for 1 or 2 months, right? Just explore them on that modules, right? And after that, then you can prepare. That means just kind of, and like we can say, how the Geo has started the their business. That means initially they have given the what the internet connectivity as a free, right? Then they have charged some, let's say, few amount on that. Now the cost is too much high, like that. That means make the client or business used to the module. That is what actually kind of an explore phase. Then after that, start the realizing on the configurations. Then deploy that on a live server, right? And then run the system, right? That is your go live system. Like this way, activate methodology will be there, right? Same steps, only one is that that is what we can say explore phase. They have just introduced here, right? But others are same like that, the previous one only, right? So this is what the SAP Activate methodology and ASAP methodology, right? So these are very important as far as interview point of view also, right? So interview may ask that, do you know about the SAP implementation methodology? So you can say that, yes, I'm aware about that. And you can just give the name like ASAP Activate methodologies, and just try to explain anyone with the one example like what I have explained just now. The steps for the implementation methodologies, right? Now let me know if you have any doubts in this
So is
SAP
that
implementation methodology or any we can say support phases also. Yes.
so in so which method is mostly used, like whether it is activate SAP or it is the first one or the second one? SAP
Yeah. As far
mostly.
as ECC is concerned, basically ASAP methodology will be preferred.
Okay.
Now on SAP Cloud or on basically this Activate methodologies will be preferring.
Okay.
But the base is same, right? What is the backend steps are there? It will be follows like an ASAP only. Then are you clear with these 4 document types also? That means basically BRD, FS, TS, TR.
Yes.
What is in my functional consultant? What is the difference between functional and technical consultant? Or what is in the functional and technical modules in SAP?
I would say functional is in support and technical is ABAP.
Yeah, not we can say support. Functional means your logistical and finance modules.
Okay.
Alright, that is called as unfunctional. Technical is your programming, that is your correct ABAP and basis, right? ABAP is also providing the support, na? So that's why I have told. Not a functional means not support.
Okay. So after completing this course, we will be this functional consultant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, you told about the technical consultant is the ABAP who are doing the programming and customizing the report. But
Yeah.
whereas the functional consultant, he what kind of profile he play the role? Like he was customization the report or what kind of role he is playing then?
A functional consultant, right?
Yeah.
So basically, functional consultant has to provide an functional specification. Functional specification means actually, let's say a business wants some advancement in account receivable reports, right?
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
functional consultant should see that actually in account receivable, in which step they want some
Acha, acha.
advancement in
Yeah.
billing, yeah, or in during the delivery or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
basically during that process, actually, which tables, which data will be where it will be, and from which
Oh,
fields actually required. So we have to, as a functional consultant, we have to provide that things, that data to the technical side.
yeah, I
So
understand.
you,
Like there is any aging is required account disable, so he can give the specification what aging days he required, what kind of advance way to reflect. So the query or the report customization will play the role of functional consultant, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So in hand with technical consultant, functional consultant will work on advancement projects.
Acha, with the coordination.
Yeah, with the
Oh.
coordination with technical
But
technical consultant
he's
will
playing
just
the sir. He's playing the role like as a meditator between end user and technical consultant.
correct.
Okay. Okay.
It's a mediator between the technical consultant. What he will do, he will just try to just prepare the logic for programming, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, but what data and from where actually we have to pick, we have to, as a functional consultant, we have to give the logic to the technical consultant.
Okay. Okay.
Technical
Understood.
consultant will just responsible for writing the program
Programmer.
logics,
Yeah.
technical logics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Understand.
but
Yeah.
the business process point of view logic we have to provide as a
Yes.
functional consultant.
Okay. Yeah. Understand. Yes.
Yeah, and again after the developing that enhancement or advancement, functional consultant have to check that in quality again.
Okay.
And
The
again, we
record
will
the
ask to the end user, so you also check that in quality. And just see that as per your requirement, the report has generated.
yeah. The requirement is fulfilled and the finalization has been done
Yeah,
based on the
done.
end
And
user
then,
or company requirement.
yeah, and then only we can move that to the production.
No, fine. Yes.
Is it clear for all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just confirm me.
Yes, sir.
Let me know still if anyone have any doubts. All right. So in the next session, we will discuss on the enterprise structure. Right. In detail, we will discuss about the enterprise structure. Is anyone know what is in by enterprise structure, or what actually the enterprise structure is there? What is the meaning of that, or organization structure?
Basically, the organization size, their geography, manufacturing or sell customization to be take place. Is it so?
Like that, near about that means not perfectly, we can say.
Yeah, their depot operations, everything is going.
Is predefined for that particular organization operations, or all the operations whatever they need, only defined for that. I think it's like that.
In short, their existing structure to be defined in the SAP.
Yeah, it's the enterprise structure is nothing but an standard hierarchy for the business actually. All right, in point of view, the logistic, controlling, and finance point of view, right? So for basically each and every module, different organization structure will be there, or hierarchy will be there, right? So same like that means, as far as FI is concerned, it will be like client, company, controlling area, company code is there. Client is a topmost hierarchy level. After that, there is a company, then controlling area, then company code, right? So we'll discuss that in detail in the next session. Okay, and I think all are clear with these terms also, RM, SFG, and FG, raw material, semi-finished goods, and finished goods. Is it right?
Yeah, we got.
Yes, sir.
Still, if anyone that means someone don't know about this, you can ask me. Huh? What is in by RM, SFG, FG? I will explain in detail also.
Yes.
What is in by raw material, semi-finished goods, and finished goods?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you. Today we'll stop here. All right.